Fox News alert, another bad day to be a panicking. Trump scored a hat trick. He crossed 3 countries off his tariff hit list. You ready? First, it was the Philippines and Indonesia, the magic number 19% for both countries. And then the big one, the Japanese. $550 billion invested here and thousands of jobs created. And they'll be paying a 15% rate. Turns out Toyota tariffs work.
I just signed the largest trade deal in history. I think maybe the largest deal in history with Japan. And that was done with Japan. They had their top people here, and we worked on it long and hard, and it's a great deal for everybody. I always say it has to be great for everybody. It's a great deal. A lot different from the deals in the past, I can tell you that. But we're doing really well as a country. We're strong.
Hey, Patriots. Welcome to FTL, your home for freedom, truth, and liberty. I'm your host, the voice of the Maga movement, here to unpack President Trump's triple trade triumph that's got the globalists shaking in their boots. Today, Trump sealed massive deals with Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines, putting America first and making the world jealous. So, grab your red hat, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and let's dive into how Trump's rewriting the trade game. Let's go. Folks, President Donald Trump, the art of the deal king, just dropped a triple trade bombshell that's got the world bowing to America's might. Today, he announced game-changing trade agreements with Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. These aren't just deals. They're a masterclass in making America rich, strong, and feared. The fake news is whining, the elites are crying, and we're laughing all the way to prosperity. Let's break down each deal and what it means for our great nation. Buckle up. This is going to be savage.
But I just signed the largest trade deal in history. I think maybe the largest deal in history with Japan. And that was done with Japan. They had their top people here, and we worked on it long and hard, and it's a great deal for everybody. I always say it has to be great for everybody. It's a great deal. A lot different from the deals in the past, I can tell you that. But we're doing really well as a country. We're strong. And I said to the Japanese trade representatives, and these were the top people, we concluded the one deal, Doug, and now we're going to conclude another one because they're forming a joint venture with us in Alaska, as you know, for the LNG. So I said we'll all do that together with Chris. Is Chris here? I don't know. Chris, right? If you could set that up, Doug, it would be great. But they're all set to make that deal now, so I think it's good. This was really the one they had to make, and we're going to make a deal with Japan on the LNG in Alaska, right? Okay, thank you very much. That's how talented he was, how good he was. And we got to be, I think, really good friends. And we have Europe coming in tomorrow and the next day. We have some other ones coming in. We're doing things that have never been done in this country before. And our country is becoming very rich again. And that's the way it should be. They're not taking advantage of us.
First up, Trump's massive trade deal with Japan, one of our biggest trading partners, is a knockout punch to the globalist agenda. Japan's coughing up a $550 billion investment into the US, creating hundreds of thousands of American jobs. In return, their exports face a 15% tariff, down from the 25% Trump threatened. Japan's opening its markets to American cars, trucks, rice, and farm products, finally giving our farmers and manufacturers a fair shot. The New York Times says this deal eases trade tensions with a key ally, but let's be real. It's Trump flexing on Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, who was sweating bullets over a higher tariff. What's this mean for America? Jobs, jobs, and more jobs. That $550 billion is going to flood our economy with cash, powering up factories in Michigan and farms in Iowa. Our trade deficit with Japan is about to shrink faster than a liberal's backbone at a Trump rally. Plus, Japan's rice market, which they've guarded like Fort Knox, is cracking open for American farmers. The globalists said this was impossible, but Trump made it happen. He's got Japan eating out of his hand while we rake in the profits. Savage. Next, Trump's deal with Indonesia is a straight-up economic haymaker.
So we made a deal with Indonesia. I spoke to their really great president, very popular, very strong, smart. And we made the deal. We have full access to Indonesia, everything. As you know, Indonesia is very strong on copper, but we have full access to everything. We will pay no tariffs. So they are giving us access into Indonesia, which we never had. That's probably the biggest part of the deal. And the other part is they are going to pay 19%, and we are going to pay nothing. I think it's a good deal for both parties, but we will have full access into Indonesia. And we have a couple of those deals that are going to be announced. India basically is working along that same line. We're going to have access into India. And you have to understand, we had no access into any of these countries. Our people couldn't go in. And now we're getting access because of what we're doing with the tariffs. So they're paying 19%, and we are not paying anything. And they're going to give us full access into Indonesia. Now, Indonesia has some great product, and they also have some very valuable earths and various other materials. One of the things, as you know, they're known for is very high-quality copper, which we'll be using.
Indonesia's slashing 99% of its tariffs on U.S. goods, giving our exporters access to their 280 million person market. In return, we're hitting their exports with a 19% tariff, down from a threatened 32%. They're also buying $15 billion in U.S. energy, $4.5 billion in farm products, and 50 Boeing jets, including 777s. The White House says Indonesia's dropping trade barriers that U.S. companies have complained about for years, and they'll pay a 40% tariff on any goods transshipped from China to dodge our rules. Why is this a win? It's a gold mine for American workers. Those Boeing jets mean jobs in Washington state. The energy and AG deals mean cash for Texas and the Midwest. Plus, that 40% tariff on China's sneaky transshipments is Trump telling Beijing, "Nice try, but you're not slipping past me." Indonesia's President Prabowo Subianto called it an extraordinary struggle, but Trump played him like a fiddle. Our ranchers, farmers, and fishermen are about to feast, while China's left holding an empty bag. This is America First economics, and it's brutal. Finally, Trump's deal with the Philippines is pure MAGA magic.
Message to the people of the Philippines.
We love them. And we respect their leader greatly. This is their leader. Thank you. And he's very tough on negotiating, but that's okay. It'll work out. I think we will.
After a beautiful visit with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. at the White House, Trump secured a deal where the Philippines opens its market to U.S. goods with zero tariffs. Their exports to us? A 19% tariff, down from a threatened 20%. Plus, we're tightening military ties, which is code for keeping China in check. The Washington Post says this gives the Philippines trade certainty. But let's call it what it is. Trump making Manila beg for a deal and winning big. What's in it for America? Our exporters get a free pass to a growing market, while we rake in tariff revenue. With a $4.9 billion trade deficit with the Philippines last year, this deal tilts the scales back our way. American businesses, from tech to agriculture, are about to flood their markets, creating jobs in places like Ohio and Florida. And that military cooperation is Trump building a Pacific wall against China's nonsense. The globalists thought they could keep us as the world's doormat, but Trump's got Marcos dancing to the MAGA tune. Absolutely savage. So what does this all mean for America? Let's sum it up, Patriots. Trump's triple trade triumph, Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines, is a masterstroke that's making America richer, stronger, and more respected. Japan's $550 billion investment and open markets mean jobs and growth. Indonesia's massive purchases and tariff cuts mean prosperity for our farmers and manufacturers. The Philippines' zero-tariff deal and military ties mean economic wins and strategic dominance. Together, these deals are slashing our trade deficits, bringing jobs home, and sticking it to China's economic empire. The fake news will moan about higher prices, but they're ignoring the big picture. These tariffs and deals are fueling American industry, filling our treasury, and empowering the working class. The stock market wobbled, sure, but it's rebounding as investors see Trump's vision winning. The elites are screaming because their globalist dreams are crumbling, but we're cheering because America's back on top. Trump's proving he's the toughest negotiator since Teddy Roosevelt, and every deal he signs is a middle finger to the swamp. This is the MAGA movement. Unapologetic, unstoppable, and gloriously savage. That's it for today, FTL fam. If you're pumped about Trump's trade wins, smash that like button, share this video with every patriot you know, and subscribe for more red-pilled truth. Drop a comment. Tell me how you're celebrating America's comeback. Until next time, stay free, stay true, and keep the MAGA fire burning. FTL out.